How's it going, everybody? I'm Jason of Jason's Realm here, and today I'm here bringing you guys my fantasy football week 1 lineup, I guess you could call it here. Let's just go ahead and dive right into this. Before we do, let me know in the comments down below who you are starting in your fantasy league. I want to hear what you guys have to say, and I will get back to every single one of you guys who does leave a comment. Before we dive into this, let's go ahead and set some ground rules here. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing fantasy picks based off of a $200 budget weekly using Fantasy Pros website. They have basically a average ranking of value for each player, so I go ahead and use those. $200 maximum budget, and I did imply one more rule. I am not going to use any more than 2 players or units per team for each week. But let's go ahead and dive into week 1. Week 1, we're going to kick things off here with our quarterback. Quarterback this week, I went with Lamar Jackson. I really think Lamar has a really good chance this week. He's going up against the Texans defense, and he was only $19. So $19 out of our $200. That is really good for a quarterback who should have a really good week this week. If you got Lamar Jackson, start him. Trust me, start him this week. Now we're going to go over to our RB1, and I went with Bijan Robinson for the Falcons. He's going up against the Panthers defense that's meh. This guy is an explosive runner, generational runner. My biggest concern with him is that Falcons offensive line, but I still think for $36 is what his value was. I think that Bijan Robinson really is going to be a good game changer for this week and for this league. So yeah, just go ahead and start him if you got him. Up next for RB2, we have Joe Mixon, another cheap pickup at only $25. So at this point, we haven't really spent a whole lot of our budget, and we have 3 solid options: quarterback, running back 1, running back 2. But Joe Mixon, he's going up against that Browns front 7. Apart from Myles Garrett, who do they have that could stop a running back in the main core in front 7? Their front 7 is not hugely notable. So Joe Mixon is going to have a chance to feast over that entire unit, and he should be able to get a lot of points as a result. For my wide receiver 1, I went with A.J. Brown of the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles have a fairly easy week 1 matchup against the Patriots, and this is really a no-brainer for me. A.J. Brown, $36. He's very cheap for what he's worth. And really, A.J. Brown should have a huge one. He is the wide receiver 1 in Philly, no doubt in my mind. He's going to get a lot of attention this week. In our wide receiver 2, I have Jalen Waddle of the Miami Dolphins for $29. A little bit unsure on this one because it is the Chargers defense, but I feel like you're going to be getting a huge bang for your buck going with Jalen Waddle. So he should have a solid week, especially with Tyreek Hill saying how he's going to have a big year. Jalen Waddle, I think, is going to slide a little bit under the radar this year a lot more. So I think there's going to be a lot more opportunities for him to be a big factor in that Dolphins offense this year. More so than he has been in the past years. For tight end, I decided to go with Mark Andrews of the Baltimore Ravens. Same reason as Lamar. Mark Andrews, 2 reasons actually. Number 1, he's going up against the Texans. What have the Texans got that'll stop him? And number 2, the fact that the big 3, you have George Kittle, Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews. Those are your big 3 tight ends. Travis Kelce was out and he played Thursday night. George Kittle has to square off against the Steelers defense with a quarterback named Brock Purdy. Don't get me wrong, Purdy is not bad, and that Niners offense is very much plug and chug with any sort of quarterback. But, and here's a huge but to this, he has to go up against that Steelers defense. That Steelers defense is going to be shut down this year. In fact, I have them winning this week. I have the Steelers winning this week. So I just cannot trust that George Kittle is going to get it done this week against the Steelers. So Mark Andrews, a nice safe bet, and only costing $26. Now for wide receiver running back, I went with a little under the radar pick here. For $12, I think this is an absolute steal. George Pickens of the Pittsburgh Steelers. $12 to pick him up. He is going to be a really solid wide receiver so long as the playbook is opened. So long as Matt Canada allows Kenny Pickett to do what Kenny Pickett does, George Pickens should have a solid week. Yes, it's against the Niners, but I still think that Steelers offense is going to have too much firepower for the Niners to stop anything. Now, both the kicker and defense cost us $1, so let's go ahead and talk about both of them together here. For the defense, I decided to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. They got an easy game against the Patriots. That offense ain't going to do much of anything because Mac Jones, that's all I got to say. So the Eagles should very easily feast and get you a good haul this week of points for a defense. And for the kicker, I decided to go with Matt Gay. A little bit of an interesting pick there for the Indianapolis Colts kicker. But I am projecting for the Colts a good 3 to 4 field goals out of them. Field goals are where kickers earn their points. You do not want to go necessarily for the kicker of the team that has the best offense because they're going to be scoring touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. So on your average drive, your kicker's only going to be getting maybe a point. But your average drive for, let's say, the Colts, I would expect Matt Gay to average about 2 points a drive, give or take, because of how many field goals he's going to be kicking. And against the Jags, I think that defense will bend, but it will not break. That means a lot of field goals. Like I said, I'm projecting 3 to 4 field goals for Matt Gay this week. So as long as he makes them, which he is very consistent at his job, that should be a lot of points for your kicker. So if you have Matt Gay, start him this week. Alright, so that is the fantasy lineup I am going with for this week. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Let me know any suggestions you have for next week. And also just let you guys know, we did come in well under budget at only $185. So we had $15 that we could use to improve this lineup. But I really feel like for the value we're getting, we are getting a big bang for our buck here. And I think this lineup is going to be very good. Stay tuned for next week to see how well this lineup does. And I guess with that, check out the video down here if you haven't already. It's going to be predictions for this coming week. And I guess with that, I will see you guys later. Peace out and have a good one.